Billy here with Gilbert Travels. Going to take you along today on a flight with American Airlines in their A321 in economy over to Seattle. If you live in the South Florida area or live in the Pacific Northwest and are visiting the South Florida area, you have two direct choices. You've got Alaska Air, which I flew and reviewed for you already, and American Airlines. So I'm going to show you how that compares to Alaska. Ready for my flight now on to Seattle. Had a chance to check out that Turkish Airlines lounge that opened up late last year. So my thoughts on that are it's a pretty small lounge. It is nice to have a true priority pass option here at Miami. And it's a little less chaotic there than the American Express lounge, but the food and overall size and space of the American Express lounge is quite a bit better if you have access to both. But if you are down towards this end of the E or D gates and you want to give it a shot, I do recommend stopping by the Turkish Airlines lounge. This was my last commercial flight I filmed in 2020 prior to the set-in of COVID. I considered not publishing this video at all, but the legacy American A321 configuration is such a great aircraft. I have shared the seats on this aircraft with you before. However, today's seat in 11A was perhaps my favorite ever domestic economy flight, so come along and let's show you why. This exit row seat has truly endless legroom and a great well-aligned window as well. I snagged this main cabin extra seat for free at check-in with my AA Gold status, and I was even luckier that the middle seat next to me ended up empty for this flight. That was a major score. Since this seat is so far from the next row, it is equipped with a fixed center armrests, which contain fold-out two-piece adjustable tray tables. The built-in entertainment on this row also deploys from below the seat on an arm and ends up in a very nice position for viewing and controlling, with the added ability to go completely away when not wanted. Do note that it must be stowed during taxi, takeoff, and landing. The headphone plug is located in the side of the armrest. Below the seat, you'll find a universal power outlet as well. A fully adjustable headrest and individual overhead air and lights help make this seat comfortable for today's 6.5-hour journey across the country. While seat 12F is similarly roomy, it is across from a crew jump seat, whereas 11A has usable storage in the next seat back and under seat, although it is blocked largely by the life raft storage. 11B has no underseat storage, while 11C does have full underseat storage. 11D and E are ideal for couples, which gives them the endless legroom and full underseat storage, but no window. All told, this is a great row to find yourself in, and with an empty middle seat, 11A is perhaps the best seat on the entire aircraft. American's entertainment system on board this plane is perhaps my favorite US domestic screen. Ironic, since it's being removed from this aircraft as part of a fleet standardization plan to update the inherited US Airways aircraft, which have never had entertainment or even power. This system is responsive, quick, sharp, and features a great, fully 3D interactive map system. It'll really be a sad day when the last of these aircraft is down-featured, as this plane paints a totally different picture of what American Airlines can be. While it lasts, seek out one of these A321s whenever your travels with American allow. Your best chance of finding yourself on one of these planes is looking for one advertising in-seat power on the AA booking page. Tonight we crossed over the state of Florida as a low-hanging cloud ceiling was impressively lit up from below, and we waited for service to begin on this incredibly long domestic route. Due to its length, being flown before the COVID crisis, this flight featured American's maximum domestic economy catering, and my main cabin extra seat included alcoholic beverages as well. The menu for paid fresh food options was found in the onboard magazine, or your selection could be reserved in advance on AA.com. While all this is on hold at the moment, many of these buy onboard items are now the first-class meals being served during present times on American Airlines. I continue to be a sucker for a fruit and cheese plate, having sampled it now on every US airline to offer it except United, so that was my selection this evening, accompanied by a utensil pack. Once opened up, I found a good portion and a fresh selection of grapes and cheese varieties with crackers and a small chocolate bar for dessert. I was also given both of the standard free snacks, a pretzel and a package of Biscoff cookies. I got my complimentary gin and tonic, which came with a generous 2 minis to go along with the can, but sadly no lemon. I assembled a fairly respectable spread in front of me and let the hours pass by on this long dark trip across the US. And I was able to get in a good few hours of sleep before waking up as we were just outside of Seattle. This direct route from Miami to Seattle is not currently in service with the reductions in routes during COVID. However, it has had some amazing availability in the past under American's Economy Web specials. In fact, on a previous flight on this exact route and aircraft, I was able to score not just 1, but 3 seats at just 5,000 AAdvantage miles for a total of 15,000 miles and $16.80 to get 3 tickets all the way across the country and with less restrictions than a basic economy ticket. This flight is also well timed, leaving Miami in the mid-evening and getting into Seattle just before midnight local time, allowing for a full day in Florida to work or play, and a decent enough night of rest in Seattle before the start of the next day. Alright, made it here to the Loft, my hotel for the evening. Overall, that was an excellent flight, about ideal circumstances you could possibly ask for in coach for a 6-hour transcontinental flight. And really happy to have gotten that seat there and had nobody next to me. And I did get a couple of hours of sleep there on the plane. Now I'm going to get some more here and hit the ground running tomorrow. Thanks for coming along with us on that one. We'll see you on the next flight. As a bonus micro review, a few days later, I took my very last pre-COVID commercial flight, a return on the same aircraft for a red-eye flight, back to Miami, which I booked in first to have the wonderful long-haul bedding kit for. I didn't do a full review of this flight, as my sole mission was to get a good night of sleep, and I did truly sleep well, waking up already over Miami, and I was surprised we were even given a light breakfast to eat, with just a few minutes left before landing. I just love this plane, and I'll be so sad when American strips out the last of this excellent cabin from its product line, a project that even COVID doesn't seem to have put to an end or stood in the way of. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't caught up on my other social media like Instagram, I have now relocated to the Seattle area and will be bringing you even more content from my very aviation-friendly home, especially once the skies have fully reopened. Come back again soon for more flight reviews here at Gilbert Travels. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can be made aware when more content is available. Thanks for watching.